So, traders, on today's video, I'm gonna be breaking to you guys how our three trading pairs have been looking, which is NASDAQ, gold, and USDCAD, and how they might possibly look to continue based on what they have did for the past 2 days, which is Monday and Tuesday, and looking forward to what they might possibly have to do, which is will be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But before we start the video, make sure you like on the video, make sure you turn on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop fire educational videos, and so far most importantly, click that subscribe button so you can help us and so we can also help you as we are helping each other. And so far most importantly, click that link on my description to sign up with the broker that I trade with and highly recommend. As you guys are all aware that COT Academy has a 50% discount in our 2-day in-person mentorship course. I won't say much and I won't do much. I'm gonna leave my number, my Instagram link, my Telegram link, my WhatsApp link, and I'm gonna just make sure that you get any communication source that you have and that I also have, so we can chop it up and so I can come to your place and so I can change your trading journey for the better and for the best. But without further ado, let me not say much, but let me do the talking when we're in the fucking charts, right? So first pair that we're gonna be focusing on will forever be NASDAQ. And on NASDAQ, if you check our previous video, which is our weekly outlook, you are gonna see what we are about to share to you guys will be based on what we have already spoke about, and what we are about to anticipate and break down will be based on what we are looking forward into within the end of the week, right? So on our outlook, we left the simple anticipation that price simply has support, and with support being printed out, there's only two things we're waiting for: a break below support to look for those moves to the downside, or a fail to break of support to look for that reversal to the upside. So you can clearly see that on market open, price had already two rejections, right? With two rejections, market open, our first for our close on Monday gave us a bullish candlestick close with an anticipation of a clean continuation to the upside, even though price never came back to the exact support level, but price still gave us a reaction and moved to the upside. So now that you can clearly see that our current price has printed out this current high, right? We're getting this all-time high, right? So with this current high being printed out, you can clearly see that me printing out this current high will clearly give you an indication that with this push to the upside, price gave us this low, price gave us this high, and with this high, our current price has a low, right? And with this low, you can clearly see that this reaction comes a long way. When I have to mark out this level, you can clearly see that you now can clearly get the picture that from this high being printed out and this low being printed out, there's a reaction on our previous higher low, where you can clearly see the price at a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and push, creating that higher high. So with now price coming back and giving us a reaction on our previous zone, we now are gonna have three anticipations based on what we have experienced, right? But one of the first ones will be very simple, because now price has a reaction and because now prices gave us a current high and a current low. The only two things that we're gonna be focusing on is if price will give us a break below this low to anticipate those intraday moves to the downside, right? Or if price will give us a break above this high to give us those intraday moves to the upside. And that's all that we might be looking forward to anticipating, because price also already reacted on our zone and price also already played out as we have anticipated. But now that our current price structure is still printing out what we can react from, then I guess we're gonna have to wait and see what price might do. Are we gonna get a violation of those current lows, anticipating those moves, those intraday moves to the downside, or is price gonna give us a break above that current high in anticipation of those intraday moves to the upside? And that's all that we might be anticipating. But without further ado, let's chop it up on the second pair, which will be gold. And on gold, I'll be leaving something simple to you guys that you guys need to be mindful of and that you guys need to take into account, because gold, as I have back tested and analyzed within the day, I can clearly leave you guys with a few things on gold and make sure that I don't say much, but I simply share what has to be shared, and that I'll prepare you guys and will equip you guys within the end of the trading week. So gold, on our weekly outlook, we have anticipation that we're either going to be prices a push, we're either going to be looking for a pullback in anticipation of possible new highs, or we're gonna wait and see what is price gonna do. And as you can clearly see, price hasn't gave us a pullback or that intraday push to the downside, but price is simply holding this current range. And with price holding this current range, the only thing that I need you guys to be mindful of, it's that if I have to mark out this high, if I have to mark out this low, right, based on this high and this low, you now can clearly see that price is a push and now price is holding a range, and with a range there's a high possibility of price giving us a continuation push. But at the same time, price can give you a push in a range and do it, still back to the downside, because this range, it's all that we're going to be working on to see what is going to happen. Are we going to get a break above to continue bullish, or a break below to reverse to the downside? That's all that we might be looking forward to. But again, let's be mindful of a few things. Gold, we're just going to be waiting for confirmation, because there's no proper setup into what we might be looking forward into doing. But I'm going to keep it the way I keep it. If price will give us a break above those current highs, we might look for the move to the upside of possible new highs, not all-time highs, but new highs. But if price will give us a break below that range, then I guess we might look for those intraday reversals to the downside and let the markets do as it has done and play out as we have anticipated. Do you guys get it? But without further ado, last but not least, we're having USDCAD. And if you have came to this last part of the video, then I'll show you on one thing, because USDCAD might be possibly easy for us to put our money to work for the coming week, because we did live in an anticipation of a weekly outlook that all we're going to be waiting on is to see that is price going to be above to be bullish, or is price going to stay below to be bearish. And you can clearly see that price has stayed below, and with price staying below, we have marked out our current low. And with this current lows being marked out, there's a few things that we're waiting on. With our current lows being marked out, we're simply going to be waiting for a bullish candlestick, for a bear candlestick to close below in anticipation of that move to the downside. But at the same time, all we now are going to be waiting on and focusing on is to see what is USDCAD going to do, right? Because if I have to give you a bonus within the video, then you guys are going to see that your Academy, it's the realest institute out there, because USDCAD has a possible head and shoulders reversal. And with that being said, our current lows that we have printed out and marked out, we didn't mark out for no reason. We've marked them out because they're not just current lows, but they are a 4-hour neckline. They are a 4-hour neckline. And with that being said, all we're going to be waiting on is to see a break below those lows in anticipation of a possible new move to the downside. But if price will fall to break, we're going to wait for price to trade above our major zone so we can anticipate those moves to the upside. And that's all that we're going to be looking forward into. Do you guys get there? But without further ado, thanks for the numbers, thanks for liking, thanks for showing the support, and thanks for choosing COT Academy as the best Forex institutes in the world, and for choosing the YouTube channel as the greatest YouTube pages in the world. Without further ado, this is your boy Harlem, King COT, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next educational video.